What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Alright, we're going back to Dark Tranquillity. Yes, indeed. Dark Tranquillity fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Lena and Hamish Alexander, and this is actually one of Hamish's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Hamish. I hope you enjoy the show, and you as well, Lena, and everybody else that wanted to see this. Just remember, guys, this was in the queue originally, and Hamish moved it. And I'm not even joking, guys, when I say this. This was sitting at number 1,031. I know it went into a priority poll, but it did not win. So Hamish decided to just bump it all the way up to the top. So Hamish is the hero here. So y'all make sure you thank Hamish for this, because otherwise you'd be waiting a few more years before you would get to this. Y'all want to see this? Here it is. It is Dark Tranquillity with a tune called Therein. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Century Media Records, okay? And the video has 858,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Dark Tranquillity, Therein, live in Milan. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Fuck, man, I was trying my best to kind of get over there, but you kept pulling me back. But what the hell? Hey, this here's Martin.
I'm surprised by how much major usage there is in this song. We're utilizing a lot of major chords, especially that intro was like all major chords, all major, no minor. A little surprising, if I'm being honest. Not in a bad way, just in a very pleasing way, but just not at all expected. The feel is nice, the groove is nice, drive is there. Guitar tone sounds good. I can kind of hear the bass in the mix slightly. I have to kind of dig for a little bit, but it is there. Drumming's good. Vocals sound all right. I mean, vocals. I just did a reaction to these guys. I think I filmed it yesterday. It was my last reaction. Oh my! I just thought about this. These two are going to be back to back. Oh man. Look, that's how it worked out, man. I didn't plan it like this. It just this is how the filming schedule just happened to line up. It's the vocals are. It's like I said in the last reaction. I like the vocal work. I do. I just kind of feel like it's a little too focused on the grit and growl vocal, which is a shame because his clean vocal is nice. He has a good, clean vocal tone. I really wish they would showcase that more than the grit and growl vocals. I mean, I get it. The style of song, the style of music calls for the grit and growl. I completely understand that. But I feel like his clean vocal is kind of being wasted a little bit because we're not hearing it nearly enough. At least not for my own personal taste. I feel like it's just kind of not as an afterthought, but I do feel like, okay, you got these two vocal styles. One's going to dominate more than the other, right? Okay, fine. Well, we're going to push the grit and growl vocal to the front and push the clean vocal to the back. And I'm like, I feel like we're getting cheated, but that's just me. Anyway, so far so good. Let's keep going here. One, three, four, no, 1, 3, 7. That's it. On the 7 that song. Okay. I'm gonna hang on. Dude, I can hear the bass clear as day now. That was good.
Silent
really quick. Going back to this section where guitar's laid out. Now, I like the decision they did here. Having the bass and the drums take over. Having bass and drums continue their part while everybody else lays out for the crowd interaction. I think that's a very smart move. I like it. They could have just done, they could have just utilized drums alone. They could have. They could have had drums, bass, and keyboard. Would have filled out the sound a little bit more. They could have had all the instrumentation go on the entire time and just had the vocalist lay out and interact with the crowd. That would certainly be an option too. Out of all the options, the one they chose, honestly, it makes the most sense. It gives, the bass will still continue to produce the root note, so everybody has something to go off of. Drums continue the pattern and the tempo and the pacing of the song, which frees up the vocalist to really interact with the crowd. And the crowd doesn't have to worry about singing over all the other melodic instruments. You don't have to worry about singing over the guitars and the keyboard. Honestly, I think this was the best choice, and I'm glad they did it. You guys know me, the more crowd interaction, the better. The more you can make the crowd feel like they're a part of the show, the more memorable your show is going to be for those people in the crowd. And they're going to go home and they're going to tell all of their friends, hey, I just went to the most amazing concert. I saw the most amazing band, and I had an absolute blast. And all their friends are going to go, well, who did you go see? And then, copy and paste, insert name of band there, whichever band it might be. It doesn't matter which band it is, as long as that person had a good time and he thought it was impressive enough to go tell their friends, So I think it's smart. I think it's a good way to do it, especially towards the end of the song where it's really going to have the most impact. So good move on the band. This band really understands how to play the crowd. They really do. And they don't use a whole lot of, production. They don't use a whole lot of, pyro and cryo and lifts and squibs and, everything else that, bands use these days. They don't really rely on that. They rely mostly on, themselves to put on the show, which I think is brilliant. I think it's fantastic. Anyway, let's finish this out. We'll get to the review. And again, yep. So this is, okay, so they are wrapping up, okay. I was told by Hamish when he made the request, stop around 6:08 because otherwise we're going to have all the logos and stuff and all the stuff that the algorithm on YouTube looks for when it comes to, copyright claiming or worse, blocking. So 6:08, just like Hamish said, no problem. Interesting. It's an interesting song. I don't know if I like this one better or the other song I heard better. I don't know. I have to think about it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Dark Tranquillity with Therein. This was a request from Lena, and it was also a request from Hamish Alexander, and this was actually one of Hamish's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Hamish. Hope you enjoyed the show, and you as well, Lena. And just to reiterate, Hamish did prioritize this. It was already in the queue, yeah, but it was sitting at number 1,031. And because Hamish decided to prioritize it, it got bumped straight up to the front of the line. So that way you guys don't have to wait, 2 or 3 years to see the reaction to it. You guys get it right now. So make sure y'all thank Hamish for this because he's the one who made it happen. Okay, so I thought about this, and I don't know. I'm not sure if the things I'm going to say are really going to be all that surprising. I don't know. Maybe I'll surprise some people. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see. Let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.4. Yep, 7.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 7.4. What does that mean? Well, a 7.4 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this is a really good song. It would translate also to 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Yeah, not a B, a B+. So yeah, a 7.4, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Haha! So glad you asked. Okay. This is where things get a little weird. I am giving this, I checked. I went and checked and I saw what I gave the first song I did from Dark Tranquillity, just the prior reaction. I gave it a 7.2, and I intentionally wanted to be higher with this one. So I'm glad I did give it the 7.4. And then I checked, and I saw I gave the other one a 7.2, and I was like, okay, good. I'm so glad that's how that worked out. I do think this song is a little more impressive from the songwriting standpoint. Let's talk about some things here. First of all, that intro, completely in major. All of that intro was all majorly chorded based. Not at all what I was expecting, but they made it work. They made every single chord, every single transition. They made it sound good. They made it sound smooth, very pleasing to the ear. A little surprising, considering the type of band that this band is from what I've seen so far. Not at all what I was expecting, but it was a nice, pleasant surprise. The second thing, they did continue to utilize major chords throughout the entire song, but very infrequently after the intro. They threw a couple in here, couple in there, and that's about it. The main riff, which I believe is the chorus, there were no major chords at all. It was, the root to the minor third to the minor 7, back to the root. It's literally a 3-measure phrase. Interesting. I didn't see that coming either, but it works. It definitely works. Typically, your phrases are going to be an even number, 4 measures, 8 measures, whatever the case may be. So to do a 3-measure phrase, that's interesting. What they did, though, is they did it 4 times. So 3-measure phrase, 3-measure phrase, 3-measure phrase, 3-measure phrase. 3 times 4 equals, do you need a calculator? Equals 12. So you still do get your even number. They just did it in a roundabout way. I thought that was really cool, a little unique, a little different. You won't hear too many bands do that. I think the songwriting and the arranging, I think, was more impressive than the first song I did. I think the first song was a little more simplistic compared to this one. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Honestly, that depends on your point of view and depends on your personal taste. While I might find this song a little more impressive, and which is why I gave it a slightly higher score, I gotta be honest with you folks, I think me personally, I think I like the other song better than this song. Not that this song is bad, it's not. Look, I wouldn't be giving this a 7.4 if I thought it was bad. I just feel the other song spoke a little bit better to me, a little more, a little heavier, a little darker. I feel like the first song was a little more up my alley. Will I ever listen to this song again? Yeah, absolutely I would. I would absolutely listen to this song again. I got no issue with it. I just prefer the other one better. Musicianship on this one sounded pretty equal to what we heard on the first one. Guitars sound clean. I like the tone that they've got. Good crunchy tone. Not muddy. You can hear every single note, every single chord distinct without being muddied up. The bass, just like the first one, the bass was kind of lost in the mix, but there were times where guitars and keyboards will lay out, like when we're doing the sing-along part, where bass and drums were literally carrying the song from a musicianship standpoint. I like that. You gave the chance for the bass to kind of come through and shine quite a bit, and I like that bass tone. Just a little bit of rattle. I like that. I've always liked that. I've always liked a little bass rattle for this style of music. Now, if you're going to take that bass rattle and put it into like a jazz song, is it going to work? No, it's not. It's not going to work at all. Can't imagine Kim Stone or John Patitucci or anybody else, or Stanley Clarke or Victor Wooten. Can't imagine them really utilizing a tone like that for jazz. I just don't see that working. But for this style of music, oh yeah, it absolutely works. Speaking of the drummer, the drumming sounded really nice on this. I got no issue with the drumming whatsoever. It sounded just fine to me. Everything he played sounded really nice. Some nice fill work here and there. I feel like they could have done a little more fill work on the transitions. There could have been a little more usage of fills. But maybe they just wanted to keep some of those transitions barren, and that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Keyboard usage in this, very much in the background. Didn't really take the lead at all. It was all just filler, and there's nothing wrong with that. The whole reason for the keyboard to be there in the first place is to add to the fullness of the tone. That's why you have this Soilwork setup where you have, drummer, bass player, 2 guitars, and keyboard. You got 3 main melodic instruments together to kind of help fill out the sound. So one will take the main melodic line, while the other 2 reinforce each other, filling out the sound. One of the main reasons why I love Soilwork, and they get that nice big full sound. I can see this band being very much in that same vein of having that fullness sound. I think I gotta look at these guys a little bit more as we go through on the channel, get some more exposure to these guys. I could see myself really kind of, I don't want to say falling in love, but I could see myself, really enjoying these guys. Let's see, what else? There was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, vocals. Yes, of course, vocals. Say the vocals for the end. As I was saying during the reaction, this guy does have a nice, clean vocal tone. A nice melodic singing tone. I like his clean vocals. I really wish we could see and hear more of it, more often, more frequently within the song. I know the style of music really kind of calls for the grit and growl vocals. I absolutely get it, and that grit and growl style of vocal definitely leans itself into this style of songwriting. But having said that, this is just me personally. I really wish we could hear him sing clean more often, more frequently, longer phrases even, because he's really got a nice voice. His grit and growl's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's not doing anything bad with it. He's doing it well. He's got good technique. I just personally wish that the scales were flipped. Instead of 60% grit and growl, 40%, clean vocal, I wish it was flipped. But, you can't always get what you want. The overall, I think this was a nice job. The live performance, I would put about equal to the last one. I mean, they checked off pretty much all the boxes. Stage presence was there, definitely. Stage energy was there, not as much as the first one that we did the reaction to, but it was still there. I just feel like the first video I did a reaction to for these guys, I feel like the stage energy was a little bit higher than this one. Stage interaction, nah, didn't really have any, unfortunately, on this one. Crowd interaction, yes, that was the big one. We had a ton. We had a bunch, especially coming up toward the end where he was really kind of putting the mic out into the crowd, letting the crowd take over, which I always love seeing that. So that's definitely crowd interaction. Showmanship, yeah, I'll give that one the check. They put on a pretty good show with that. And production, like I said last time, they don't look like the type of band that relies on pyro and cryo and all that other stuff. They're the ones that bring the show themselves. And their lighting was good. Again, that yellow hue. I'm just curious, that the whole yellow backlit, is that their thing? Is that their signature? Is that their, I don't want to use the word gimmick, but is that their shtick with the lighting? Do they do that for every single song? I mean, if they do, it's fine. I'm just curious if that's the case. Do they ever change color? Because between the 2 songs that I've seen now, it's the exact same color. So, the production, yeah, not really, but it's all right. Production's bonus points anyway. No, if I'm being honest, I feel like the live show wasn't quite as good as the last video, but that's okay because I think the song was stronger. It was more impressively written. So I know the last reaction I did, I think I gave the song, I gave it a 6.9, 7.0, and I bumped it up to 7.2. So it was like a 0.2 to 0.3 increase. This case, I would give the song about a 7.3, and I bumped it up 0.1 for the live show. Like I said, the live show just wasn't as impressive on this one as it was on the last one. But the songwriting on this one was more impressive than the last one. So I kind of evened out a little bit. No, but overall, 7.4 for this particular song. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.4, which is a really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.